We talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozier. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing the same for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Hooday! Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Dale Altman, joined by some fantastic people tonight. We got Parker Blake, we got AC, the Godfather, Anthony Kazinza, and we got the Rated R superstar, Karen Horn. What is up, my guys?
Man, I want a cool nickname like Kieran.
I know, Rated R Superstar. How do you get one of those, man?
You shouldn't have said that.
Right,
I think Jeff gave him that, but Crib Keeper will give you all the nicknames you want if you really want them.
Crib Keeper gave me like 30 fucking nicknames.
I got like 30 as well. Most of them are not good.
Well, on our show, I think Crip just goes. He calls me AC, but John is the brain. So I'm like, oh well, I don't know. That obviously makes me not the brain. So that
makes you Pinky.
I was gonna say, are you Pinky then?
I don't know. Maybe Pinky was the tall one, right? I guess I could be the tall one.
I was just gonna say you're the looks of the show if he's the.
Oh, come on now.
Someone made the point to me. So, you know, in the intro, it says one is a genius, the other is insane.
Yeah.
Someone made the point to me because insanity is obviously doing the same thing time after time and expecting the same results. Someone made a point to me that Pinky was the actual genius on.
Oh, there we go. That's how I'm spinning it. That's how I'm going to spin it.
That got deep.
Yeah, I mean, you put some thought into that, Karen.
Yeah.
What else am I doing? Fucking smoking at 2 a.m. It's so productive.
All right, I got to shout out YB Assad on that banger of a song that he's letting us use for the intro, and the video is great as well. So that man's blowing up, and I'm happy for him. He wrote that. He was on Jeff's show the other day, if you guys haven't heard, and he wrote, like, he just happened to go to work at the car dealership in the morning. He watched the game that night, laying in bed, about to go to sleep, and then he's just like, I got to get up, and he wrote that song in one night, put it out the next morning.
Nice.
So, kudos to him, man. I don't
know. It's on YouTube, though. I'm trying to send it to my friend.
It's a YB Assad. So YBASOD.
He didn't he drop that on like everything today?
Yeah, he has a YouTube. I think is the same as his name. So everybody should subscribe to that. Show the man some love that way. That's a great way to show him love. But we're not a 20-minute intro show like Jeff Trenapool. So let's move along here. We'll start with the Bills game. And I got to start with you, my man Parker here. and then we'll kick it over to AC. The O-line play, do we think it's sustainable? Obviously, to me, that was the best game the O-line's played all year, and you're playing down 3 starters and hobbled Ted Karras.
No, it's interesting because weather like that. I mean, I feel like I can't trust anything that happened on Sunday because it's a miracle to me that they were able to run block so well in that game in the because everyone's saying it was like an icy slush.
Mhm.
Like Sam Hubbard said he could barely stand on the field, let alone get off. So like I'm more impressed that like I've played in conditions like that, and like the fact that they could hold their own as well as they did. Like even on the rewatch, I was paying attention to like their feet and like footing, and they seemed like they weren't even playing in snow. But then it's like half of me is like, well, maybe the D line was slipping around. So I'm gonna call it a mulligan for now. But man, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember playing various sports when you got kind of the slushy grass or slushy turf, and you almost you get a little timid with your steps and when you cut and all that kind of stuff. So that's a really interesting point. I think that they're utilizing really, really well, aside from the offensive line and the backups kind of stepping up and playing well. And Parker, I think you've talked about it. I know our guy Sans has talked about it, but one thing I've really noticed in recent games is I guess it's the wham plays where you bring back the tight end backside, and the tight end kind of almost blindsides or gets in a guy's way that they don't see out of their periph. And, they're hitting guys hard. They're taking guys out of play. And I think those are really working well in a lot of run plays where you bring the tight end back to the other side and take out a guy off the edge or they lose contain that way. So that's something I noticed that I was like, wow, man, they're just playing physical. And it's guys like Wilcox and Hurst and Asiasi was in there on a couple plays too. So pretty cool to see how they're getting creative with things with all the injuries up front.
Well, then they're even like they're pulling the tackle around on like tackle wrap. Like they're creating lanes in such unique ways. And then the fact that they were doing all that weird stuff in the slush, in the ice, in the elements, and doing it well. And I saw a comment already. Like the Bengals D-line did a great job too. Like it felt like the Bills couldn't handle the weather and the Bengals could. And that was the funniest part to me, where I was like, everyone was worried the snow was going to be a disadvantage for the Bengals, and I feel like they handled it amazing. So props to them.
Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
Great picture, by the way, Hunter.
Yeah. Joe Burrow can make any outfit look good, right?
Hey, he looks better naked. Let's be real.
Wow.
Karen, you got any thoughts on the O-line play? You think it's sustainable? I always go back to like Burrow's rookie year, that Tennessee game. I'm not the first person that mentioned this. Somebody on Twitter I seen say that. And Spain come in on that short week, and he didn't even start, but then he was in like right away. And they played really well that week, and then it went to shit right after. So,
I mean, I hope it's sustainable. Like, I mean,
do we give a fuck if it's sustainable? We've only got 2 more games.
I was going to say, I mean, they need to hold it up.
This is
Hold it up for the Chiefs game this week, and then I have worries about the next game. But like this Chiefs game,
we've only got 2 left.
It needs to be sustainable for like almost not even a whole month left. So
it needs to be sustainable for 2 hours. That's it.
So Parker, your grades, because I love Parker's grades. I don't know about you, AC. I weighed on his grades as much as PFF.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Parker and then PFF.
Parker's better than PFF. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yes, for sure. So your grade wise, I've seen it, but to tell the people kind of who played the best, do you have that stuff in front of you? You can.
I always pull it up just in case I need it because I don't want to talk out of my ass. But no, so I had it Karras, which surprised
I do it all the time. So
for me, I had Karras as the best performer, which I was surprised just because when I was just watching it and even when I did my broadcast rewatch, I didn't think he looked too impressive, but then once I got the all 22, like he moved really well and he actually worked his body positioning and played really well at the second level, like better than I've seen all season, which I was very pumped to see that out of him. But then just the fact that again, he did it in the elements and he had probably the best game of the season so far that I've seen out of him. That was awesome for me. And then the next guy I had was Sharping I had as the second best. And I think he had an awesome game.
Oh, he looked great.
He looked amazing. I was pumped to see him perform.
Oh, I still get so excited that they made that move. They went out and got a guy on waivers that had a little money, $2.5 mil.
No, and then I was
Sorry,
like,
I just get excited.
no, like he's massive, and like when I saw them sign, like I looked him up, I watched his film, but like I pulled up his PFF thing because they have all of like his measurables and like his recent film up in there, and I'm like, you just picked up a 6'6", 325-pound guard,
tall.
like. I'm like, and then like the first game he was in, I see him like extending on Calais Campbell, and I was like, holy hell, this guy's big, and he can move. He can move.
It's the way he protects his chest really well.
Mm-hmm.
So when he gets his hands out, he doesn't let anyone get in his chest. So he's like really consistent, whether it's run blocking, pass protection. He keeps his chest protected. He gets his hands in early. He's a very good player.
No, that's something I talked about with Kappa, Volson, and even with Carmen. Like they all have really wide hand placement. And it's funny because they talk about how short Carmen's arms are, and he's got this wide hand placement when he's blocking. But then you see Sharping, and his elbows tight, he's got hands in tight, and he's just protect. It's like he knows that's a weakness of his, so he protects it super well.
He comes in almost like a boxing stance when he's ready to, like, as he comes out of his stance, his arms to his side, which I like. I think that's invaluable in a tackle. Shut up. I think that's really invaluable in a tackle to like make sure you're protected. He sets his pad level really well on almost every single rep. He like sets his pad level correctly. I really like the technical aspect of his game. Obviously, he's really powerful because of his size, but like his technical aspect could not be understated because that's the most important thing. Whether you're playing offensive line, whether you're 400 pounds or the lower side of like 290-ish, as long as your fundamentals are good, you're going to be good. And I think Frank Pollock teaches that, but also Max came in with that already in his skill set and in his toolbox.
No, I've been saying it's like having a starter on the bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just going to shout out Frank Pollock in general.
Yeah.
Frank, I mean, at one point we were kind of thinking, oh, is Frank on the hot seat? You know, because I mean, we brought in these guys he wanted. We didn't get off to the greatest start. And well, no, he is not on the hot seat.
No, it turned up. Like I even voiced. I think it was on your show. I voiced my concerns. I was like, I don't know how I feel about what he's doing in practice. I don't know what they're doing, but it seemed like their technical issues are kind of just staying stagnant. They're not really improving. And then like I feel like the last 4 weeks of the season, now this playoff run, like I feel like the whole group just turned it up. I don't know if they just started like they handicapped the rest of the league or what, but I mean they looked amazing the last couple months.
They're eating glass actually, like every day.
Every day. That's all they do.
The from a macro perspective with the Sharping thing, I just like that, you know, they went out and got those new starters on the offensive line, and they're still like, hey, we may still experience like we don't want to jinx anything, but we may experience a bad injury here, and we need someone that is going to be already battle tested, started a lot of games in the NFL, been an effective starter, which is what he was with Houston. And you know, come in relief. Parker, you said it's basically like having a starter on the bench to come in and could start a couple of different spots for you on the line. And thankfully, they had him in their back pocket with everything that occurred in these last few weeks. So, I mean that's just been. I know there's been a lot of great pickups in free agency and whatnot over the last couple of years, but man, that one is quietly kind of one of my favorites, just because it's such a great contingency plan and one of the areas that they just like had to fix this last offseason. So yeah, well, he's playing well.
They picked him up in the middle of having one of the healthiest O-lines in the league.
Right.
If they had no reason to pick up a solid depth piece, they had no reason to worry about that. And then the fact that they went out and did it, and now it's paying off in the end of the season, like it's just impressive to watch.
Well, they did a little bit because Kappa we had a lot. Collins was injured. Kappa was
preseason wise, yeah.
Yeah, and then we picked him up right after the final cut. So
yeah,
it was a beautiful move because you had to pay us $2.5 million, and we picked Aussie, and who's the third guy we picked up? That's slipping my mind for some reason. We picked 3 guys up in waivers, and it's not something we normally do because we're like, oh, we'd rather have the guys in house, but we went and we picked up 3 guys on final cuts, and 3 guys that have all played that I'm pretty sure, and I don't know why I can't think of the last one. So AC's gonna look that up for me. And
I am. I got you going.
So I'll keep rolling. I'll stall. But no. So anyway, so I had Karras and Sharping, and then I had Volson next. I think he had a great game as one of his better games of the year. He moved well, but he's from North Dakota, so I don't give him any slack. He's used to that shit. But he looked good. And then I had Carmen was my next guy. He's fourth, but I don't want this to be like it's one of those weeks where being the fourth man on the list just means you didn't have as good of a game. Doesn't mean you had a bad game.
Everybody was pretty high with your rankings overall.
Yeah. And so I think we saw a lot of promising stuff out of Carmen. I mean, you already have people saying that Carmen needs to be over Williams, which we don't need to.
How could I forget Tufele, my guy from USC?
Oh, yeah.
He's in Utah. He just went down the road.
Tufele season, baby. How could I forget that? Oh
my guy.
I know it's been a long week.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, he was inactive last week, but he has stepped up in moments throughout the season multiple times. When Reeder was out, like he was in there playing a ton during those times and
played well.
I mean, yeah, played really well. So I love it.
And if we're talking depth, the interior D line looked great this year, especially with the Reeder out. Like there wasn't that big of a drop off. I mean, there was issues obviously, but very impressed by the younger guys on that.
Zach Carter, like I feel like he's just gotten better and better as the seasons went along too. So that's another one.
Too early for me to say I want us to draft Jacqueline Roy.
I mean, you want to draft the entire LSU team, Karen.
Yeah. I also said BJ Ojolari would be great on the edges.
How many others? Come on.
I was going to say, you just like the purple and yellow, my guy.
Look, if Mekhi Gardner declares, I think he'd be a great depth piece at corner. Look,
he did declare. I'm pretty sure he declared. Yeah.
I'm just saying, two LSU players were in the finalist voting for MVP this year, and only one of them's a quarterback. Do I need to say any fucking more, realistically? And Keishon Butte is only not going back to school because he got caught having a fucking orgy. So obviously they're goated.
That's such a wild story.
Inside scoop here.
No, so the inside scoop was academic issues. That's what LSU boosters were saying. And then I get a message in one of my group chats where it's like, oh no, apparently he had sex with one of the members of staff, but also.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I heard something about that.
Coach Cortez
crazy
Hankton
thing.
was also involved. But then the report also said that if this is true, Cortez Hankton was going to get let go the day after the Purdue game, and he didn't get let go. So it could just be purely academic issues, because if there's truth to it, then he was going to have to miss 4 games off the season. And I don't know about you, but I would rather go to the NFL.
That's a great comment, my kid. You took 4 for the team.
He's wearing the number 7 for a reason. Understand that. Understand that. That's all you need.
That's
to do.
awful. That's awful.
All right, we ain't got a lot of time with AC, so I want to get.
I'm good.
Anyway. So yes, my final guy. So I do think Adeniji struggled. He's been so up and down, and when he gets those power rushes, he can't get a grip on him. And then he was the only guy I think out of all 5 that I think was slipping around in the slush, because he would get those power moves from the edge and just get on skates. And he wasn't sticking with his guys as well as he did last week. And I don't know. I feel like it's an anomaly for him, and he looked really good in weeks prior, but I wasn't impressed with what he did this week. And he graded out low, which shows that I know something when I watch the games initially. But that's where we were at. And we'll just recap, because that was a lot of rambling and randomness in the middle. But I had top to bottom, I had Karras, Sharping, Volson, Carmen, and Adeniji. So that's where the grades were at.
AC, do you think Adeniji, you think they even consider like a Prince, or if Jonah comes back, they consider?
My man, I was going to ask that question like right now. I was just going to, you and I, dude. I was going to ask that question, but I'm like, hey, it's not my show. I don't want to.
It's all.
No, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, I have liked what I've seen more from Adeniji in relief than I did from Prince. Seeing Prince play last year, I mean, obviously it's been a while since I've kind of watched some of those plays, but it seemed like he was a little bit more consistently beat than Adeniji was, and maybe beat for a bigger impact type of play than Adeniji is or has been this last game and whatnot. But I still wonder about the length of kind of leash there that they've got with some of these guys that are coming in relief, because I know they don't want to experience a Tennessee Titans postseason game with 9 sacks. I know they don't want to have problems with the Chiefs here this week. So I don't know. And I'm reading stuff where the Chiefs have been tops in the league in terms of pressures, and I think quarterback hits as well throughout the year. So These are things that you're going to need to keep a close eye on this week. I think you still stick with Adeniji. I think, he's got a little bit more of a little bit better athleticism. He can play both tackle spots, all that kind of stuff. But you may want to kind of just keep Prince in the back of your mind a little bit, saying, man, if there's more struggles, and each week is do or die here, you can't really sit around and wait for things to kind of correct itself maybe 2-3 quarters in if things are getting really bad.
Even maybe a Deontay Smith, I know he's kind of been playing the extra tackle spot.
I've liked that guy, but I don't know, maybe he's too raw still. I don't know. I liked when they drafted him, but he hasn't been able to see the field very much. So
what do you think, Parker? Are we basically Adeniji and that's it for at least for this week? Because we can't talk 2 weeks from now if people come back and stuff.
3 weeks. 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that amazing Pro Bowl in the middle. No, I'm a big fan of Adeniji. He moves really well, like AC was saying, and I really value that in a tackle. And that's why I like Jonah Williams a lot, and a lot of people don't because they look at the sack numbers. That's a whole different conversation. But I think Adeniji has a lot of upside. I think he plays well. I still like him better than Carmen at the tackle spot. And I think there's a legit conversation about having Adeniji compete with Collins for that spot next season, because I think he has a high ceiling. And I love Prince. And I want him to be active every week because I think he's a great, especially he's like he contrasts well with Adeniji because Adeniji's quicker, moves better for those speed guys, but Prince has the length and the strength to handle those power rushes that Adeniji doesn't really handle very well. So I think having them both helps you adjust. And then again, I think the first game that we got, 9 minutes of in week 17, I think Adeniji looked great against Russo. I don't know what happened this last week, but like I said, I throw a lot out the window because of weather, but I have faith that he's going to look good again this week, and we're going to be back to it. But I think it's Adeniji and then Prince, but I don't think there's a big gap like some people think there is.
So what do we think about Willie Gay's comments to move on from the line for a minute?
Fuck him. Why do we even need to spend any fucking time on that dickhead? Well,
I was personally thrilled because I feel like
I am impressed with the offense. Bruv, what the fuck have you been watching? Are you a dickhead? Why are we going to listen to this fucking idiot talk about, I ain't seen nothing I'm impressed with? Brother, are you fucking blind? The fuck are you talking about? You ain't impressed with nothing.
Hey, there's no Pro Bowlers. There's no All Pros. There's nobody on this offense. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. We don't even have an offense. We're just a
why we've been giving
Isn't it a funny dichotomy? In the same week, you get Brandon Bean, the GM of the Bills, saying we don't want to suck enough to get a Jamar Chase, meaning that he believes Jamar Chase is a transcendent wide receiver talent, right? Hey. And then you got Willie Gay on the other side, the guy who's getting set to face and go up against a guy like Jamar Chase. And he says there's nothing that scares him. There's nothing impressive about this offense. In a matter of 2 days, those two comments are made. It's like, okay.
Well, you got to remember though, with the Bills, they sucked bad enough. They just bought Stephon Diggs with Justin Jefferson.
Well, that was him choosing to. I said this on Iceman show, which Iceman's in the background. He's waiting to come in as a relief man for AC. I may bring him on anyways here in a minute, but we were talking about that on his show today, that he chose to trade and get Stephon Diggs instead of, I don't know, maybe draft a Justin Jefferson. And when you bring in a veteran wide receiver, guess what you have to do?
Wait, can you imagine how fucking good the Bills?
You have to pay them immediately. So that was his choices that he made. Do you know what I mean? So
then he's acting like they had no choice. Like they're like, I got stuck with this bill. I don't know what to do.
Are you mad at yourself for the decisions you've made? Like that's where I'm at with that. Just seemed like some salty, petty comments from a man who got his ass beat.
Right, everyone's so fucking mad at us. I love it. Everyone's so pissed off with us.
Chiefs fans talk about though, like. I was stressed out going into that game, and I was like, this is going to be a good game. I'm excited. And we got the second touchdown, and I was like, well, I guess I can have this on in the background for the rest of the day because this game's on cruise control at this point.
Oh, no way. You felt that way.
Dude, what? Because I was sitting there with my fiance.
I was like, oh, man, they're just going to – Josh Allen's going to get saying,
going. They're doing great. Because we always joke with the Bengals score first, they win. It's automatic. I don't really need to watch the rest of the game because they scored first. They're going to win. It's just, but no, she was joking. She's like, oh, it feels like they're on cruise control. And I was like, no, wait, they're going to fuck it up. There's going to be something's going to be weird. Something's going to happen and it's going to go downhill. And it just didn't. They were in cruise control the whole game. It was easy. It felt like.
Parker, I don't know how old you are, but I know you've been a fan for a long time, and you want to know why? Because you just expressed some Bengals PTSD, my friend. You just said you were waiting for that other shoe to drop, and I know I can somewhat confidently assume that all 5 of these guys in here, including myself, been there and done that. And go, how are they going to screw this one up? How are they going to screw this one up? And you know what's changed?
They don't.
Joey and Zach, and it's the mindset where it's like there's no other shoe to drop. You know what I mean? We're just, what are you talking about? They block all that stuff out. They block the long time history out, and like you said, man, I was uncomfortable, I think, into the second half, and then I saw a drive. I can't remember. I think it was the first time the Bengals got the ball, which would be after the Bills had it. And they just started again. I think it was Joe Mixon ripping off some nice gains, and they just started marching again. I'm like, man, this is how this game's going to be. This is just, it's easy to say that maybe in the third quarter, but I was just like, man, this is just going to be the theme today. They're just taking it to them.
Yeah, when that call, I was just going to say, when that call with Chase got overturned, that's when my butthole puckered.
Yeah,
because I'm like, now we're settling, and it's 17, then 17-7. And it's like they get the ball after half, and I'm thinking this could get real tight real quick. But we come out and we got another stop, and the world was great.
I was going to say, the best part of that game was going into.
You forget that Joe Burrow is our quarterback. Were you mad?
Yep.
If it was 17-14, my butt would have been puckered. I
wouldn't be puckered up if
you're an LSU fan. You have been here since Joe Burrow. I don't want to hear it from you about you know nothing, John.
You haven't seen what we've seen, Kieran. You haven't seen it.
You've been with Joe Burrow since what? 2020? I've been with that motherfucker since 2018. I sent all I need to know. I'm not worried, bro.
Well, we've been the Bengals as a franchise for a long time.
That's all good. That's your choice. That's your choice. I'm just saying. I know what I know, and I know Joe's a fucking
stud. Your choice now. But Willie, gay comments. Anybody got them gay comments they want to talk about?
I know Jeff's got some gay comments.
What?
We are nothing. We are nothing.
No, I thought it was funny that he was like, I'm not gonna give you any bulletin boards or however he said it. Then they asked him about the offense. And then, nothing. I was like, you just did it.
What impresses you about the offense?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Like
nothing at all.
Jamar Chase like, all right. Okay. We'll see. Well, you just did it again. So thank you.
All right, AC, before I let you go, I want to ask you one more. I want you to give me an under the radar player for this week for this game. Not Jamar Chase, not Joe Burrow,
They're on the radar, right?
Yeah, they're on it.
Yeah, I'll try and go one each side of the ball. Under the radar, he may not be completely under the radar because he's a role player and he gets a decent amount of snaps. But I think Samaje Perine is a guy I think could have a big impact in this game because when I go back to the Chiefs game in December, and he had 100 yards in that game when Mixon was out in that one, and he was just he was flooring guys in that, and he's decisive and hits the hole hard. And I think this is a game where, because of the Chiefs' pass rush and whatnot, I think that the running game is going to be, I know it sounds weird with Joe Burrow at quarterback, but just offensive line, what they did last week against Buffalo on the ground, translating that into this week, what they did against the Chiefs last time on the ground. So I think Samaje Perine, runner, passer, and by the way, pass blocker, very valuable in that aspect as well. So that's a guy I think there. On defense, I guess. Give me a little Joseph Osai. Give me a little Joseph Osai. He's starting to kind of turn things on here the back half of the year. Give me a late pressure, give me a late sack, force a bad throw, that sort of thing. They're going to play, I think, and I would probably relegate to the smarties like you all, but I think they're going to do a little bit of the contained stuff off the edges, and every once in a while they're going to try and pop a big pass rush play here, and Osai being a rotational guy, he'll go in there and hopefully make a play. So just off the top of my head, those are two I'm thinking of on both sides of the ball.
That's great, two choices. And Osai seems to be getting his hands on like the ball or the quarterback's arm, or he's like so close to making
just there.
Big plays. Yeah. So I love that one. AC, tell the people you got a show tonight. Tell the people where to find you. I mean, everyone should know where the Godfather is, but if you don't,
the Godfather.
I'm at CJ Anthony CUI is the Twitter handle. At Bengals OBI is the podcast handle. I'm pretty terrible at Twitter though, so I don't know if there's much expectation there in terms of content and stuff. So show's the Orange and Black Insider, and we're going to be about 30 minutes or so from now. So going to have hopefully Tim McGee on, former Bengals wide receiver. That's where I'm rocking the old school lid here. So we'll see if he's going to pop on here. Hopefully he will, and we'll have some fun talking about this game. I love all you guys. I love all the stuff you put out. Love your show. Anthony. You guys treat me so well, and I appreciate it. And thanks for having me on as always. I'm always wanting to come on when I'm willing and able. You know that.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. And it was short notice today, and we'll have to,
we'll
have to get you on again, especially we got 2 weeks to prepare for the Super Bowl after this week. So
now you're talking. Right. Speak into existence, Dan. Let's go.
See you, buddy. Have a good show tonight.
All right. Later, guys. Thank you.
Who day. Man, he's one of the best, man. For real.
Exactly.
If you don't love AC, then
I don't know how you don't. He's a good dude. He's a real good dude. So Parker, I put in the chat. I do have I thought of a nickname for you. I don't know if you like it or not.
No, I saw that. I appreciate it. That I like it. I like
Parker Pancake Blake. He's the offensive line guru. Pancakes. So I don't know.
And I love pancakes. Watching them and eating them.
I like pancakes.
Preferably at the same time.
I'm fucking hungry, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Hey, sorry. I got the munchies.
Marissa, making some fucking pancakes. No.
Jeff just gives good nicknames, except for when he says you're from Boston.
I didn't say that, by the way. Remember, it wasn't me. I didn't say it. I just keep it going.
Jeff, you have me on your show tomorrow.
Well, are you coming to Brink Brewery?
I might do.
If you come to Brink, yeah. I'm not like, dude. I did the live thing with Moreline House when Parker was on, and it didn't go good. So if you guys want to get on the show, show up at Brink, and we'll talk there.
I'll see you there tomorrow, Jeff.
I'm sure you will, Parker. Start driving, brother. You might get in by Sunday.
All right, I want to continue. I want to go with where we just left off with AC there. Under radar, the player, offense and defense. I'll start with you, Karen, then we'll kick it down to Parker.
Under radar on offense, I'm going to say Trenton Irwin. Trenton Irwin's a fucking guy. He's not in there often, but every time he's in there, it's a big play. I mean, look, he had one NFL touchdown going into one game this season. He doubled his total in instantly. Trenton Irwin is an absolute beast. He gets no respect, but every time we need him, every time his number is called, he's there for either a touchdown, big third down. I've been saying this for a long time. Really fucks with Trenton Irwin. That's my dude. And then on defense, I don't know if he's under the radar anymore, but Dax Hill, he's been quietly doing his thing. I mean, he's not really been a showstopper, but he's made a couple big plays in the past couple weeks that have really come up big. And I know it's hard to have a first-round pick under the radar, but he's looked really, really good when we've needed him to. So I'm going to say Dax Hill on defense.
Parker, we got opportunity here. Bengals and pancakes. Make some merch.
I don't know how hats work, but I want one.
All right, Joe, you need to make the merch. Bengals and pancakes.
I'm just the idea, man. You guys make the stuff.
No, the thing is, you can think about it. You can have that beautiful picture laid out. I'll wear the hat. I'll have a nice plate of pancakes, and that'll be how I do my film from now on.
There you go.
I mean, we got the can titty guy with Derek, so
that's true.
Poor Derek. Parker, you got a under the radar?
Well, AC stole one of mine. I was cooking up my parlay that I have to do because I'm a degenerate every week. But I looked at the last Chiefs game, and I saw that Samaje had 100 yards, and that blew my mind. And then I heard, and that's where everyone about the gay comments we heard. I think the one that stood out to me the most was they think they can big boy us up front, and we're not going to let them do that. But I think this team's of a different mindset now, and I was going to go with Samaje Perine because Mix is going to come out at some point, and Samaje loves to score touchdowns in the playoffs
against the Chiefs. Screen pass.
Chiefs. But if I have to pick a second one, I feel like Tyler Boyd hates the Chiefs, and I feel like Tyler Boyd, when they're going to be sitting up in 2 because they're scared of T, they're scared of Jamar, they're just going to let Tyler eat up the middle. So I'm going to go Tyler Boyd.
Cha-ching. That would be money for me, by the way. Speaking of degenerates, I put plus 300 for anytime touchdown for Tyler Boyd. I put $15 on that. So
yeah, you did that like Monday.
Yeah, I did it Monday. I was felt like
I did my parlays on Tuesday. Like I was.
Yeah. I don't wait around. I'm like, let's go.
I haven't even done that.
That's when you get the best lines. But then anyway, on defense, I love him. We talked about him earlier. Zach Carter's my guy. I want him to do something big, so I think he's going to, and so I'm going to go all in on Zach Carter this week as well.
I love it, Jeff.
All right, for defense, I'm going with CTB, Cam Taylor-Britt. I think he's going to get another interception. I mean, he's gotten so close, and he's made such big strides this year. I'm so happy that he got one last week. So defensively, I think it's the under the radar guy is going to be him because I don't think Kansas City respects our secondary. I mean, definitely not our cornerbacks. So I can see Cam Taylor-Britt have another big game. Offensively, you guys took a lot of the good ones. So I'll go a little different here. I'm saying Jackson Carman. I think as offensive left tackle, we need him to have a good game again. So under the radar guy, he might ball out again. Now, that's what we talked about earlier on the show is can he do it consistently enough? And I think this is going to be a big stage for him to prove that he can do this consistently enough, especially against Jones. I was want to say Chandler Jones.
Chris Jones. Chris Jones. Potential defensive player of the year. Him and Nick Bosa are the top two.
So, I mean, it's going to be a big – we're going to need him. I mean, we need him to play like he did last week. So, those are my two.
I like it. I know Hurst really isn't under the radar, but I'm going to say Hayden Hurst because he's still, a 4th, 5th option on this offense when it comes to receiving. So, he had a great game last week, and I haven't forgot about the comments from that motherfucker from the first game. So I guarantee Hayden hasn't forgot about him.
Let's go Higbee.
Yep,
yeah, Higbee. So Hayden Higbee's going to have a good game this week on offense. He's going to get in the end zone. He's going to probably put up another 50 yards, big third down catches like he does, and just ball out. Now, on defense, I'm going to go way off the radar. Well, a little bit off the radar. I'm going to go Cam Sample. He seems in big games to make a sack or a stop on a big 4th down run or just some kind of play. So I can see Cam Sample making a play. He's another guy with Zach Parker that is one of those linemen that just somehow they come in, they rotate in. They don't get a ton of snaps like the starters, but they make plays when they're in there.
They make those 8 to 12 snaps count, man. That's all you can ask for.
Kieran, are you smoking an outlet?
What?
It looks like Kieran's smoking an outlet. Look at
Bro,
that thing.
I'm just telling you. You tell me every single time, Kieran, you're electric. I said, bitch, I know. So I just started smoking straight from the outlet. No batteries, no lithium-ion.
You got to charge up, baby.
You'll love to see it.
I just looked up going,
no, bro. You're talking about Willie and Gay so much, I just want to put something in my mouth.
Oh,
God.
Oh no.
So, this is why he's a rated R superstar.
Oh, no.
Right there.
Speaking of Willie Gay,
someone said, hold on, Kieran, I've got to call the fucking cops. I said, why? He said, animal cruelty. I said, why? He said, these pythons are sick. I said, I know, my brother.
What's going on right now, Dale?
I lost all control, man.
It's usually Dale.
It's usually me, but I'm the only
Why is he the
one.
mild one right now? Why is he the one that's in control?
I don't know. I usually say, damn it, Dale. Damn it, Kieran.
So we got Willie Gay giving us motivation and Kieran putting his dick in his mouth.
Oh, I wish it would fit. I would never get anything done, bro.
So, speaking of disrespect, how do we feel about Zach Taylor not in the top 5 for Coach of the Year? Because I would be okay with it if it's all up-and-coming, surprising team. But they had the Bills on there, and they had the 49ers. They had their coaches on there. The Bills were expected to, win the Super Bowl, if we're being honest. And the 49ers, especially, you picked up Christian McCaffrey mid-season. And coming into the season, you were a favorite. You had a chance to be in the Super Bowl last year.
Do you know who else is a fucking Super Bowl favorite, though? The Rams.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. But you don't see Sean McVay as a potential. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so the Bills and 49ers, why are they getting credit for doing what everyone thought they would? But Zach Taylor, we're 0-2, and everyone's shitting on him, saying give up play calling, give up your job. And he's not in the top 5 of coaching. So do you guys feel that's disrespect? How do you feel about it? We'll start with you again, Karen, and go down the Parker.
Also, we're just going to be disrespected year after year after year. Like, we went to the Super Bowl last year with a team that's not even close to as good as what we got this year, if we consider all the additions we made, the O-line improvements, that sort of thing. And they're disrespecting us now. Even after we beat the Bills, we're still getting disrespected. We're going to beat the Chiefs. We're still going to get disrespected. Bro, we could win the Super Bowl and hold the fucking Eagles or 49ers to 0 yards. We would still get told it's a fluke. And by the way, that's why I want the Eagles to win this weekend.
If we win the Super Bowl and someone says that was a fluke, I'm literally fucking pull my nuts.
This is why
I will pull my nuts out on this stream.
This is why I want the Eagles to win, because if we beat Brock Purdy in the Super Bowl, you might have fucking Mickey Mouse shit that we're gonna have to fucking hear from some dumb fuck Steelers fans or some fucking rapist defending Deshaun Watson fans, bro. Do you understand like how small the average brain is of fans who are not fans of the Bengals? Like, I know there's cool fans from every other fan bases out there. We like Glenn Goodbury. My friend Tom, great Steelers fan. But do you know how small the average NFL fan's brain is if they're not a Bengals fan? They're not smart people, bro. They're not intelligent people. Most of them couldn't even tie their fucking shoelaces, left to their own devices, and give them a fucking YouTube video to watch. These are not smart people we're operating with. So when they tell us, oh, it's a fluke, it's this and that, or Lou does too much, this and that, bruv, none of them are smart people. Most of these people would be on government assistance if their IQ dropped by 1 more point. Do you understand the type of people we're having to deal with who fucking talk down on us week in, week fucking out? Do you understand? Like, how stupid the mind is for the people who hate the Bengals, how small their fucking brain is to doubt us after everything they see week in, week out, from week 1 to now, the turnaround, the bad games, the good games, the absolute destruction of the Buffalo Bills, who, by the way, are a way better team than the Kansas City Chiefs. And we still listen to these fucking people. We still say, oh, well, why do we even entertain them, bro? Why do we even listen to these fucking idiots, bro? They have 1 thought a week and it's, oh, the Bengals are stupid. Why do we fucking listen to them, bro? Why do we even deal with that? Why should I spend my valuable fucking time entertaining these morons, bro? Why should I waste my time? Bro, I could go back down. You know what I mean? I could go have a wank. I could go have a beer. I could go watch TV. But no, I got to listen to some fucking idiot from Kansas City go, oh, they're going to try and hurt Travis Kelce. Oh, you're not very good. Joe Burrow's not a fucking prick. Fuck off, bro. Idiots, a lot of them. So how about we stop entertaining these views and stop saying we're outdoing expectations, because we're not. We're exactly where we expected to be. We're exactly where we should be right now. We're going to beat the piss out of the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to beat the fucking shit Eagles or fucking 49ers. I don't care. They're both dog shit compared to us. So why are we even entertaining these people, bro? I don't want to hear no more about Willie Gay or who said this, who said that. Who gives a fuck, bro? Let's focus on us.
Now give him shit. You always give me shit like talking like that. As I'm talking out here, let's go. We're going to go to Burrowhead and we're going to kick their ass. Let's go, baby. I'm fired up. I'm leaving now.
AFC running through Cincinnati. The fucking NFL runs from Cincinnati. Do you fucking understand this? So I am entertaining no more of these fucking morons who dribble on themselves, can't do up their shoelaces, and can't fucking read. I've had enough. Cincinnati is the team to beat. If you say otherwise, you're a fucking dickhead. End of fucking story.
I want to run through a brick wall right now. Bro.
I know, dude. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drive to Kansas City right now. I'm ready to go.
Bro, I fight the whole city. I don't give a fuck.
Pork Chop's just throwing meds at people at work right now. He's just throwing them.
He's like,
it's
fucking
going
who that?
crazy.
Let's go, motherfucker.
Fuck you. Take your own meds. Fuck you.
BWO, baby. Let's go.
So, Parker, do you
got
feel
all
like
that.
Taylor was disrespected not being a top 5 candidate for Coach of the Year?
Go ahead, follow that, Parker.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I had thoughts prepared, and now I feel like
Sorry, I didn't mean to like
I feel
gatekeep.
underprepared. I wasn't ready. Now my heart's racing, and I gotta like.
I'll answer mine. I'll say I think it was disrespectful.
I think a big thing we have to look at. I mean, I don't understand why McDermott's in there because, like you said, they were preseason favorites, and then the whole season, everybody. I said at the beginning of the year, I wish I cared enough to go find my own tweets, but I told everybody, I'm like, I don't care how confident or how many people are confident in the Bills. The preseason favorites never makes it. So everybody was talking about the Bills. I was already out, and then they came out, and I wasn't high on them. I feel like they performed to expectation, if not a little bit below. And so I don't understand why he's in there at all. I do understand Shanahan. I feel like they picked up pieces, but I mean, he's managed that roster well, just overall as a coach. And I credit to him for doing that. But I do think it's disrespectful that they don't have Taylor in there. I think he should have been in there last year. I think he should have been in there this year. And I think next year, after we finish at worst, in the top 4 of the league,
back-to-back Super Bowls,
and we back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, and we come out and we're not going to be favored to win the division. I can tell you that right now. We're not going to be favored to win the AFC, whether we win it or not. We're not like I don't understand how we can underperform when they're setting the bar so low for us. That's why I appreciate all like Joe Burrow and all the players coming out and saying, well, this is the standard. The expectation isn't to make the playoffs. The expectation is to win the division. Once you win the division, the expectation is to win the conference. Like we're no longer hoping to make the playoffs and win that playoff game. That's not the mentality anymore. And that's why it's disrespectful how everyone treats a small market team, but it's even more disrespectful that now we're proving everybody wrong again and nobody cares. And that's what's frustrating to me. That's no all-pro, no Pro Bowl, no Coach of the Year. I just don't understand what we have to do at this point.
Jeff, I'm going to skip your answer on this because I'm sure you disagree with these two. You pretty much felt that.
I'm agreeing.
And Derek wants to talk about the Burrowhead thing, so I will let you start this one and swing it around. My dog's barking, and I'll be right back.
Well, Burrowhead thing, if you don't know, that's what we're calling Arrowhead. And it started from Mike Hilton. If you go back and you watch Mic'd Up or whatever, he said, we're going to Burrowhead, and you can tag me in it or whatever he said. So Mike Hilton's the one that started calling it Burrowhead. I think it's awesome. It's a thing. Now, I say it kind of tongue-in-cheek because, I like talking smack. But for all the Chiefs fans, just relax. It's okay. If we lose, which we're not going to, we're going to call it Burrowhead. But I don't know about you guys. I like that as being a lifelong Bengal fan and always having to deal with all the crap we had to deal with for being Bengals fans. And I wear my Bengals stuff everywhere. Like, why are you wearing Bengals stuff? They suck. Well, I'm like, whatever. Then I wore my Joe Burrow stuff. They're like, they still say that. And I'm like, this is 2 years ago. I said, all right, just wait. I kept telling everybody, jackpot is going to be really good. I like it. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. I don't take it. I mean, if I was a Bengals fan or a Chiefs fan and they were calling our stadium, it would irritate me. But I don't know. What do you guys think? You like it or you don't like it?
No, I get why they're bugged, and like it is what it is. And I'm just like you. I'm not gonna go out there. I'm not gonna talk trash to everybody. I know what it's like to play, and it is what it is. Fans are gonna talk their talk, and I like that the.
Oh, trust me. If we lose, I'm gonna get shit on. Trust me, because I put it out there enough. So.
No, but I appreciate that the players have the confidence to do that, and like I agree with the perspective of like it's not like we're going to their house twice a year and knocking them off, but like at the same time, like I like the friendly rival. It's like it's everyone saying that it's turning into a divisional game at this point. This will be the fourth game in 2 seasons. Like, why not have a little talk a little bit? Like the people that are getting all butthurt about it, I just don't understand. Like, let the players talk a little bit.
I think they're scared.
I agree.
That's why I think they're getting upset. They're scared. They know we have a very good chance of going there and whooping their ass.
They don't.
That's
why
I think they get pissed off about it.
They don't like the energy that the players are bringing, and that's what makes me feel good because If they brought that same energy to Cincinnati, we'd match it. We wouldn't be like, oh, don't do that. Don't talk about it. Like,
they're afraid to say stuff. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Well, Bengals offense was nothing. Well, you still said something. I'm not going to. The Bengals aren't scared. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead. Finish.
No, you're 100% right though, because we don't want to give them bulletin board material. No, it's just because, and that's what I posted on Twitter too. Is like everything they're saying in these locker room interviews and this post game stuff. Like it's been brought up around the team. Like the reason he's saying he's not impressed is because they're trying to convince themselves that this offense isn't impressive. Like, and Jeff, we're sick of your opinions. Okay, just get
apparently.
No, I just got back and I heard Jeff say, "Sorry, I kept interrupting you," so I just put him in the background for a minute because I didn't know.
We're having a good conversation. Damn it, Dale.
Damn it, Dale. No, it's just the whole thing is. I feel like the Chiefs are trying to convince themselves that the Bengals aren't good, so they can feel confident about the game. Whereas the Bengals players, the Bengals fans, we feel confident going into the game. Mahomes is a good quarterback. Kelsey's a great tight end. Jones is a great defensive lineman. I'm not afraid to say those things because I still feel like the Bengals can come out and they can compete with that team. I don't need to tell myself, oh, this Chiefs defense has holes in it. We're going to torch them. Oh, this offense with Mahomes injured. Like, I want to see Mahomes at 100%. Bring it on. Let's do it. I'm not going to hear this Huntley shit.
No excuses.
I'm not going to hear this backup quarterback from the Cowboys shit. I'm not going to hear Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett. Like, I want to beat 100% Mahomes so I can talk about it for the next year until we see you in Cincinnati again, until we see you in Arrowhead again, until we see you in the championship again. Like, I don't care. We're not scared, but it feels like they are.
Yeah, here's a 10-minute rant about Kieran. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say the Burhead thing for me, because I don't know if you guys are still even talking about that, but Jeff keeps saying it, and I'm like, man, could we just not say that? He's won one time in Kansas City.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It's weird to act like they own Arrowhead because, they haven't. It's not like you're going. It's not like you've been there.
Didn't start it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Mike did.
Joe Burrow owns the Kansas City Chiefs franchise, not the stadium.
I like the energy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't hate the energy it brings. I think it's a weird hill to stand on. But I love that. Like I mean, it's coming from the players as a joke, and now people are taking it too seriously. That's what I think.
Chiefs fans are really sensitive too.
Yeah.
Like as much as they talk a lot of shit, they have iron fists, but they also have a glass jaw. Do you understand me? They're very like weird about like trash talk. They will talk a lot of smack. But then if you talk smack to them, they get upset. And we've seen there's that one kid, he's got like 65,000 followers. He's propagating a bunch of lies that the Bengals are trying to injure Travis Kelce because I don't know whether his brain's not fully developed or whatever, but he's talking about how, the Bengals want to eliminate Travis Kelce. Yeah. In my mind, that means take him out of the game because he's one of their best players. That does not mean injure him. It means lock him down, which is very hard to do. Not a lot of people can do it, but we have been able to do it.
Got to eliminate the threat. I'm not trying to eliminate the player. It's just like
we're not anyone. So, especially after what fucking bitch-ass Roquan Smith was doing, and then Shaq Lawson this weekend rolling up Burrow's fucking legs. We're not that type of team. As much as Eli Apple is on demon time constantly on Twitter.
I wish he'd shut the hell up, too.
Huh?
I wish he'd shut the hell up, too.
I wish he would, but you got to understand where he's coming from. He was hated in New York, dropped from the team. Hated in New Orleans, dropped from the team. So now he gets to a team that's a way better team than both of those teams, and he starts playing good. I don't know about you, bruv, but I'll be talking shit too.
No, I agree. I've seen a lot of you got to follow his career arc because like he's been rejected and hated on by every team he's been on. Now he came to Cincinnati. Everyone was talking shit on him when he was in Cincinnati and how he was getting burnt. He's burnt toast. He can't do anything. And now he's the number one corner right now, and he's playing like it.
Bro, he gives up like one big play in the last 6 weeks, and that's all you hear about him. You don't hear about how good he's been.
I talk my talk too because he earned it.
Straight up, he deserves to hang his nuts. He's a good fucking player.
Well, my thought is he did this after Kansas City last year, and then we had the Rams beat. He didn't play awful in that Rams game, but he is the one that Cooper Kupp got the touchdown on. That ended up being the game-winning touchdown. And it's just like, why would you start this after the Bills game? Because you hadn't heard much from him this year. And I was like, yes, let your play do the talking because you're playing well, you know. We all respect that. And it's like, why do you choose now of all times to just come out here and just start firing shots left and right? Like, For me, I mean, Parker, you're a coach, so like your players, would you say less and let your play do the talking if you're talking to your players, or would you be like, run your fucking mouth? And
well, it's like, I mean, I coach O-line, so you don't want to be in the spotlight, but I mean, I talk your shit on the field all day because if you own that guy, you own that guy.
Okay, but
on the field though, like I don't support. I've never supported going on social. I've had players that have like hit up like opposing quarterbacks' girlfriends in their DMs and all kinds of off the wall shit. And I'm like, well, I don't know why you have to do that, but like again, with the Eli Apple situation, I think he wants the spotlight because when he performs well, he wants people to be paying attention to him because they're waiting to roast him. But then again, at the same time, that's not how it works. It's not going to work how he thinks it's going to. And so, as a coach, again, I'm going to him and saying, like, why are you?
Yeah.
Because all he's doing is he's going to make it. If he plays bad, it's going to be accentuated. If he plays good, no one's going to talk about it because they don't care. They want to just exploit him.
Well, did you guys see the story earlier today from one of the beat writers that they were talking to Eli about, how he got beat on that play in the Super Bowl, and he rewatched it like 4 times, and then like that night, he decided he wanted to come back to the Bengals because he wanted to redeem himself. So for me, it's not an excuse. I still think he should shut up. But when he made the play at the end, not Cam Taylor-Britt made the last play, but the one where he knocked away from, I think it was Diggs, wasn't it? Was it Diggs? Yeah. He knocked the ball away from. I think after that, that's where he's like, "All right, I made the play." I was like, "Yeah, but we got 2 more games."
I think it was Gabe Davis or McKenzie.
Okay, I can't remember who it was.
Diggs in the end zone, the one. In the
end zone. But we got 2 more games to go, so that's where.
Just go improve yourself. You don't have to tell everybody, "Hey, watch me." Just go do it.
Right.
And he had been, and that's what I'm saying. Like, because any Eli slander, I'm like, no, he's playing great. And even from last year, I'm like, he really good at what he's done. He's filled in when he's not expected to be the number 2 guy always. Especially last year.
The talking this year, it's like his mistakes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, come on, just keep doing what you're doing because you're balling out. Like, I will give Eli full credit for how well he's played, but I'm like, why even make this a thing? Like, why make yourself
Eli wants so bad to be Eli Island. He wants so badly to be that. And I love Eli, but and there's the good Eli and there's the bad Eli. It's not him. He's not consistent enough. I mean, trust me, the last 2 years, this is the best he's ever played in his career in the NFL. I mean,
for
bar
sure.
None.
Like,
so, I mean, I got to give him credit
He's
for that.
very good, but Lou is very good at what he does. We're seeing it with Cam Taylor-Britt, too, as a rookie, how well he is. Cam has played his best 2 games, these 2 playoff games.
And he's not saying anything about it. That's the thing. Is like that's why you gotta look at guys like even like Surtain and like Gardner. Like they're not going out there and telling everyone they're the best because they have 0 stats on their stat sheet because no one targets them. When they do,
but the cool thing is though, all of his teammates got his back.
They support him 100%.
They support him 100%. They know. I mean, it's kind of like I'll put it this way. Did you guys totally like it when Chad Johnson would always talk all that smack every single week? Like, because you guys remember the game in Cleveland? He sent them the Pepto-Bismos. Well, they beat him. He didn't do as good. So, yeah.
But we were trying to be something then too, and it worked more than
that's what Eli's trying to be something. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're a Super Bowl team.
Right. I know. I'm not saying it's right.
We don't need a distraction. It's my thing.
Agree. You don't need to create this identity. That's what Ocho Cinco was doing. He wanted to create. He wanted to pull attention to the team. That's where Eli's just talking his shit because he wants the attention so he can.
He wants to talk shit.
I don't know about you guys, but I hope once we beat Kansas City, Eli walks up to Mahomes and say, "I gave your mama's back shots, buddy. Shut your fucking mouth." That's what I hope he does. I don't care. Be disrespectful. Tell Kelsey, I gave it to your girl. Tell Mahomes, I gave your mama back shot.
That's how you do it in Boston, baby.
Tell Juju Smith-Schuster his mom takes nuts to the face like she's working in a peanut factory. I don't care, bro. If we win, the problem is when we lose. It's when we lose, his talking gets amplified. And all people talk about is how bad he is whenever we lose. But he's a good player. He just talks too much. But I understand why he talks. He just needs to dial it back.
No, I get the arc.
That's kind of what we're saying, Kieran.
He's got to get it under control because, I appreciate what he's doing. He just does it too much, and that's what I think gets him in trouble. I don't think he'd get blown up after he got beat if he wasn't all over.
He hasn't done it all year. He's been so good until now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it because I'm like, why start now when your results on the field are speaking for themselves. And honestly, like the whole reason that I don't feel like he's got the bigger contract, especially even after last year, it wasn't just because he wanted to come back to the Bengals. Nobody wanted to sign him because a lot of people in the league just hated him because he did that talking. And now if he just balled out and did, I think he could have got a huge contract. Like, just kept balling out, and he still might. Just keep balling out, Eli. You're still going to get your contract. I'm not hating on you. I think you're great. I think you've been great here.
Take away his Twitter during the season.
But guess what? If he messes up a little bit now, it's amplified because everybody is watching him.
They're just waiting
on him to mess up, and it's like, why would you do that even to yourself? Like,
and that's the part that kills me. Like, he's dragging attention to the bad, and like doing this talking isn't going to have everyone be like, oh yeah, you really locked him down this week. Like, they're just going to ignore it. They're going to wait till he messes up again.
Honestly, you can say that, dude. You can say that about me. All the smack. I mean, I've done a ton of smack talking, but I've done.
Jeff, you ain't out on the field. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But dude, seriously, if we lose,
fans can talk as much shit as they want.
Yeah, I'm going to get so much hate, and I'll be off Twitter for a little while because I'll just get so much stuff at me. Because I mean, at the beginning of the year when we were 0-2, because I kept saying, you know, when we started 0-2, if you're not with us when we're whatever Zach's record was, 23 or 3-23 or whatever the hell it was, beginning when he first started, don't be with us when we win the Super Bowl this year. And we started out 0-2. I got a whole bunch of hate. People, you know, clipped it, and how'd that work out? Like, well, right now it's working out pretty good. But you know, so it's gonna.
I bought my Bills tickets when they were 0-2. That's the best investment I've ever made in my life.
You got to read that for podcast listeners.
So, well, this one, Jeff is greater than Eli Apple. Just ask Jeff.
I am awesome. Duh.
Don't ask Cincy James' son.
My leg still hurts, and my phone's cracked, and my ribs still hurt.
Oh, you nearly fucking killed him. What are you talking about?
I didn't mean to. I was trying to play defense.
Parker, you missed that, huh?
He started talking smack, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And I freaking tripped.
Jeff playing corner. Apparently not a fucking good.
I know. Why did no one inform me that this was going down? Someone's got a video somewhere. I need it right now.
Thank God nobody does.
No one had it. I was venturing around.
I can't move there. You got to keep me in the freaking loop.
Jeff was trying to play corner on Cincy James' son, and he kind of fell on him and damn near broke his ankle.
His foot. Actually, he's completely fine. I'm still mending back.
Oh, jeez.
That's where you're concerned.
Well, if you wouldn't get routed up like that, Jeff, we wouldn't have these problems.
I had that problem. Actually, I was sober. I was so.
I have a hard time believing that.
He was just like, he was just like, you can't cover me. I'm like, all right, let's go. Beer in
one
hand.
Were you sober like only 8 beers in, or were you like?
I was sober like 6 beers in.
There it is.
Yeah, you
enough to still hurt.
Man, hey, gentlemen, it's been a great show. Appreciate it. Old laptops getting ready to die down here.
Hey, can I get a shout out to Pork Chop? I know he's watching.
Yeah, I know. Pork Chop. Guess what? We got over 1,000 subscribers. I like Fireball and Monster Energy drinks as well. You know, I could have had that because you disappeared and never got it. But I said, no, make sure Jeff gets it.
He gave it to me at RJ Cinemas.
Yeah. Well, he said he was even going to drive to your house and give it to you because Pork Chop's a real one.
So Pork Chop, brother. Cheers, man. Ooh, that's good.
So what's everybody doing tomorrow night at 7:00?
Watching Jeff's show.
This show's at 5:30.
I'll be at Brink Brewery still.
Yeah, Jeff will still be drunk.
Wow.
Well, I'm debating on doing a show. Derek's got to spend time with the family, even though he won't be at work.
Well, hey, if I still have stuff set up, I might be able to jump on.
I'll come on.
If I still have stuff set up, I might be able to jump on from there.
My stipulation we always do is that we talk about the draft.
Oh no, I can't do it.
What? Can't talk about the draft yet.
I've got a book to promote.
Look, he's got like 50 sheets already in front of him about it.
Yeah, bro. I'm ready, but I refuse to talk about this stuff.
What you're saying now, because the proceeds go to charity, what you're saying is you're anti-charity. And you don't want any money to go to charity.
Dale.
There ain't no way.
Hey, Dale. Pork Chop's got you. Look at his comment.
What, go to RJ Cinema?
Yeah, you gotta go to RJ Cinema.
Yeah, that's an hour and a half, mother.
You went once.
Oh, you poor baby.
I went
baby.
once.
Yeah,
Shut
Parker,
up,
like,
Parker.
oh, cry me a river.
Hey, if you come, I'll let you piss on my street again.
That's because you want to drive Kieran's drunk ass home.
I whipped it out. They're like, there's a cop that lives there, fire chief of this and that, fancy ass neighborhood. I was like, they're like, you can come in and piss. I'm like, nah, man.
You burnt a fucking hole in the sidewalk. It looked like the alien's blood in Alien.
Hey, it's the West Side. You're lucky we'll let you in here. Okay, West Side's very prestigious. Okay.
Is it? Fuck, they let me live here. What are you talking about, bro?
That's all you need to know right there.
We're West Side, bro. Come on now, it's West Side. Shit.
All right, man. Anybody wants to hang out tomorrow, let me know.
If I don't go to Brink, come down.
Hey, drop me the link. I think I'm busy tomorrow, but I want to be there.
Kieran, you're going to Brink. Kieran, go to Brink, and then you can jump on a show from Brink.
Maybe.
What do I have going?
Plug your stuff.
Parker, go.
At Parker Blake 60 right below. I am currently trying to give away jerseys, so go retweet that tweet. But yeah, that's all I got going. I got grades up. I got film. I'm trying to not blow up everyone's feed with film because that run game was awesome against Buffalo. But
blow it up. I love it.
Hopefully, there's a lot more after Sunday. So
honorary Brew Crew guy right here.
Hell yeah, Parker Pancake Blake. Rated R Superstar. What do you got?
Just keep an eye on my Twitter. Got a book coming out soon. Top 100 fully scouted draft players. Going to be a bunch of articles from some of the best writers in the UK. Obviously, I'm the best scout in the UK, so you can expect all that good content. And all proceeds, 100% of proceeds, are going to Mind, a mental health charity in the United Kingdom.
That's good.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to match what the book makes and donate it to the Down Syndrome Foundation in the UK as well.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
Brother.
I'm not a fucking communist, brother.
Brother. Jeff, Strawberry Ice, find you at Brink tomorrow.
Strawberry Ice. Yeah, Brink's tomorrow night. Show up. Have fun. Kieran better show up. Dale should drive there. We can do the show from there at 7 o'clock.
I'm made out of money, guys, right? I'm just made.
Duh, you're on teacher salary. We know you're rolling in it.
Teacher salary, one income right now. Wife hit a deer. Fucking got one vehicle, one salary. Y'all like, I'll just go here and there.
If you come,
I'll just go to Kansas City. I'll go to Kansas City. Fucking.
Why not? I'm going. Let's go.
I'll
buy
Super Bowl tickets. Shit, I got all the money in the world.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, Jesus. You know how many dicks I had to suck to afford Super Bowl tickets?
Just one.
Just to be like that. Just get fucking hot dog memes. Those fucking hot dogs. That'd be it. Kieran, you ain't got that kind of money.
I was say, if you're buying Super Bowl tickets, it's just south of me. I can actually make that game. Why aren't you hitting me up?
Dude, you live like 20 minutes from me. If anybody's going, it's me, motherfucker. You're taking my ass. Let's go.
I got to suck dick for 2 tickets, not just one now? Fuck.
Shit, if you make it.
We're already halfway there. You might as well just finish the job.
I'm getting lockjaw just fucking thinking about this.
No, it's why I like the little beard you got going, because you're going to polish my nuts at the same time.
Oh my god!
I broke Jeff.
Oh,
who day?
Who day, Dale? Who day? Dale and nobody else.
I need another drink after that
podcast.
These degenerates, Parker. These two.
It's okay, Dale. Me and you, we got this.
Parker and Dale against the world.
Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe, Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozy 8. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing the same for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samazi will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Damn, that was a long intro. What the hell? You took forever to get out of there.
Man, I shot my load 3 times tonight.